All right, buckle up, everyone, because we are diving headfirst into what is already shaping up to be an absolutely insane Formula One season.
Yeah, 2025, man.
2025.
It's going to be a good one.
We have got a ton of spicy interviews to go through and some seriously bold predictions coming from all corners of the paddock.
Oh, yeah, these drivers and teams, they're not holding back.
No, they are not.
It's not just the usual preseason hype, you know? You can just tell.
No, it feels different.
There's some real tension brewing under the surface.
Like everyone actually believes they've got a shot at the title this year.
Absolutely.
And they're letting their rivals know it.
Oh, yeah.
So let's kick things off with McLaren.
Okay.
They absolutely crushed it last year.
They did, yeah. That constructor's title.
Took home the Constructors' Trophy.
Yeah.
And both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are coming in hot with some seriously confident statements.
Yeah.
Norris has been talking about a more selfish approach this season.
I like it.
Admits he's, learned from some past mistakes.
Right.
And is just laser focused on that driver's championship this year.
Yeah, and the thing that really caught my attention with Norris's comments was him specifically saying he doesn't want to just win the constructor's title again.
Interesting.
He wants that driver's championship.
Yeah.
So you've got to wonder what that means for the dynamic within McLaren.
And especially because, Oscar Piastri's not exactly shying away from the spotlight either.
No, not at all.
He's coming into his third year in Formula One now.
Right.
And he seems to believe he's got the tools to win.
Yeah, he's saying he's ready to take that next step.
So the big question is, can McLaren harness this internal competition?
Yeah, that's the key.
Or is it going to end up being a distraction that could actually hurt their chances?
It's a double-edged sword, for sure.
Because on paper, you look at that lineup,
it's potent.
it is seriously strong.
It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
All right, well, let's switch gears over to Ferrari.
Okay, yeah, things are getting spicy over there.
Yeah. Because Lewis Hamilton making that move to the prancing horse, that sent shockwaves.
Oh, yeah, huge move.
He's on the hunt for that 8th title.
He wants to make history.
And he's already talking about his instinct and total confidence in Ferrari.
And he hasn't even driven the car yet.
I know.
That's confidence for you.
But, we can't forget about Charles Leclerc.
Oh, no. He's not going down without a fight.
Yeah.
This guy is a fierce competitor.
Yeah.
And he's made it crystal clear that he's not intimidated by Hamilton's arrival.
He's not backing down.
Not one bit.
So you've got this incredible dynamic developing there.
Yeah, you've got a legend.
A legend trying to solidify his place in history.
Exactly.
And this young, hungry driver who is absolutely determined to prove that he is the future of Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. The potential for fireworks is sky high.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
Speaking of titans in the sport, we can't ignore their reigning champion,
The one and only.
Max Verstappen,
The 4-time world champion.
and his Red Bull team.
They are the team to beat.
The guy showing zero signs of slowing down.
Nope.
And, he even kind of threw some shade recently,
Oh, yeah. What'd he say?
saying that he thinks he could have won the 2024 title, even if he was driving a McLaren or a Ferrari.
Wow. Okay, so is that just supreme confidence?
I don't know.
Or a touch of arrogance?
Maybe it's a little bit of both.
It's probably a healthy mix.
But then you've got Helmut Marko, Red Bull's motorsport advisor.
Oh, Helmet. Never one to shy away from a bold statement.
No, he dropped a bombshell.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
He said Max could beat a top Ferrari,
Okay.
even if he was driving a mediocre Red Bull.
Whoa, hold on. That's a statement.
That's fighting talk.
Yeah, Marco's playing mind games with this one.
Okay.
He's basically telling the competition,
Don't even bother.
don't even try. We're so far ahead, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But it also reveals this underlying confidence, maybe a little arrogance, within Red Bull.
They're not just aiming to win.
No.
They want to
Rich.
dominate.
They want to crush the competition.
So we've got McLaren with their potentially explosive driver carrying.
Yep.
Ferrari with this battle of the generations brewing.
Uh-huh.
And then Red Bull just exuding this aura of invincibility.
It's going to be an epic season.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
what about Mercedes?
The Silver Arrows.
Have they fallen behind for good?
I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Okay.
This is a team that knows how to make a comeback.
They've done it before.
And George Russell, he's adamant they can fight for the title.
But only if they deliver a championship caliber car, right?
Exactly. He's made it very clear that if they have the car, they can be at the front.
And they did make some interesting moves in the offseason,
They did.
bringing in Frederick Vesti as Russell's new teammate.
Interesting choice.
And Russell even highlighted Vesti's raw speed.
Okay, so could Vesti be the dark horse?
Maybe.
The one to watch.
But can Mercedes really pull off another one of those incredible comebacks that we've seen from them in the past?
Well, they've got the resources, they've got the expertise,
Yeah.
and they definitely have a history of coming back stronger than ever.
Right.
So if they nail those 2025 regulations...
They could be right back in the championship hunt.
Oh, absolutely. Never underestimate the silver arrows.
All right, so we've got our big three all making their claims for the championship.
Yep, setting the stage.
But hold on, because there's another team that's quietly making moves.
Okay, who are we talking about?
Aston Martin.
Interesting.
Are they just happy to be there, or are they actually aiming for that top step of the podium?
I think Aston Martin is a team on a mission.
Oh, yeah.
They've been investing heavily,
Right.
infrastructure, new factory.
Yeah.
Fernando Alonso actually called it probably the best facilities in F1.
Wow.
And Alonso's made it very clear that all this investment, it's not just for show.
They're serious.
They want to translate that into results.
They want to be up there.
They want to win.
And then there's this really intriguing story from a podcast.
Okay, I'm listening.
This mystery figure, and a lot of people think it was Andy Cowell.
The mastermind behind Mercedes' dominant hybrid era.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ask the Aston Martin team point blank.
Oh, this is good.
Do you believe you can win the championship?
And
nobody answered right away.
that's telling.
But then he drew this parallel to McLaren's unexpected rise in 2023.
Interesting.
Like, look, it can happen.
Right. It's possible.
So if someone like Andy Cowell is involved with Aston Martin,
That adds a whole new layer to this.
it really does.
This is a team that's clearly ambitious. They're
Yeah.
putting the pieces in place.
You want to be a force in Formula One.
They might not be title favorites just yet,
Yeah.
but their trajectory
Is undeniable.
it's one to watch, that's for sure.
Okay, so we've got McLaren's dynamic duo,
Mm-hmm.
Ferrari's Clash the Titans,
Yeah.
Red Bull's just unwavering confidence,
Right?
Mercedes potentially making a resurgence,
Yep.
and then Aston Martin quietly on the rise.
Wow, 2025 is already bursting with storylines.
And we haven't even hit the track yet.
This is going to be good.
I can't wait.
Me neither.
Mm.
I know, right? It's going to be a season full of twists and turns, that's for sure. We've got multiple teams with genuine championship aspirations, drivers with scores to settle, and this underlying tension that you can just feel.
Yeah, and that tension, that pressure cooker environment, it's got to play a factor, right? Like, who thrives under those conditions? Does a clear favorite like Verstappen actually benefit from having everyone gunning for him? Or will this be the year that someone manages to break his streak?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? On one hand, Verstappen has proven time and time again that he can handle pressure. He's almost unflappable on the track. But with so many hungry challengers this year, the dynamic is different. Any slip up from Red Bull, any sign of weakness, and those challengers are going to be ready to pounce.
And speaking of Red Bull, I keep coming back to Helmut Marko's statement about Verstappen being able to win even with a mediocre car. Do you really think they'd risk giving him a subpar car just to prove a point? It seems incredibly risky.
Well, Marco's known for his mind games, so it's unlikely they'd intentionally sabotage their own driver, but his comment does reveal a certain level of confidence, maybe even arrogance, within the Red Bull camp. They believe they have a significant advantage, and they're not afraid to flaunt it.
It's almost like they're daring their rivals to try and catch them. But I wonder if that could backfire. This isn't just a battle of car development and driver skill. It's a mental game. And with so many determined challengers nipping at their heels, Red Bull can't afford any missteps. Complacency could be their undoing.
Absolutely. And let's not forget that these teams aren't standing still. Ferrari has made it clear that they're going all in for the championship, and with two incredibly talented drivers pushing each other, they could be a formidable force.
And what about McLaren? They tasted victory last year, and they seem hungrier than ever. Do you think they can maintain that momentum, or was 2024 a one-off?
Well, McLaren's success last year was built on a combination of factors: a strong car, excellent strategy, and consistent performances from both drivers. The big question is whether they can replicate that, especially with the added pressure of defending their title. And then there's the potential wild card of their internal rivalry. If Norris and Piastri can push each other constructively, it could be a huge asset. But if that rivalry turns toxic, it could derail their entire season.
It's a high-wire act, that's for sure. And we haven't even talked about Mercedes yet. They're the team with the most to prove this year. Can they rediscover their winning formula and get back to the front of the grid?
Mercedes has a knack for bouncing back from setbacks, and you can bet they've been working tirelessly over the offseason to close the gap. Their new driver pairing is an intriguing one. Russell has shown flashes of brilliance, and Vesti is a highly rated rookie with a lot of potential. If they can provide valuable feedback to the engineers and push the development of the car in the right direction, Mercedes could be a real dark horse this season.
It's amazing how much is riding on this season for so many teams and drivers. The 2025 regulations loom large, and this feels like the last chance for teams to establish themselves before a potential shakeup of the pecking order.
Exactly. The stakes are incredibly high, which only adds to the excitement. We're talking about legacy-defining moments, career-altering decisions, and the constant pursuit of pushing the limits of technology and human performance.
And let's not forget it, the impact of the driver market. We've already seen some significant moves, like Hamilton's switch to Ferrari and Piastri's promotion to McLaren. But with several top drivers' contracts expiring at the end of the season, there's potential for even more upheaval. Who knows what surprises await us in the coming months?
The driver market is like a game of chess, with teams and drivers making strategic moves to try and gain an advantage. It's a fascinating subplot that can have a significant impact on the championship. One high-profile move can shift the balance of power, create new rivalries, and inject a fresh dose of drama into the sport.
It's incredible to think that all of this is unfolding before a single wheel has been turned in anger. The anticipation is building with every passing day, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it all plays out on track.
It's going to be a season for the ages. We have established champions looking to solidify their legacy, young guns hungry to make their mark, and underdogs ready to challenge the status quo. The ingredients are all there for an unforgettable year of Formula One racing.
And with so much at stake, every race, every qualifying session, every pit stop, every overtaking maneuver is going to be crucial. The pressure will be immense, and the margins for error will be razor thin.
And that's what makes Formula One so captivating. It's a sport where the smallest details can make all the difference. A fraction of a second gained or lost, a perfectly executed strategy call, a moment of brilliance from a driver, all of these things can have a profound impact on the outcome of a race and ultimately the championship.
It's a testament to the incredible skill and dedication of everyone involved, the drivers, the engineers, the mechanics, the strategists. They all play a vital role in this high-stakes game, and we, the fans, get to witness it all unfold in real time. It's a privilege, really.
It is. And with the level of competition this year, the storylines that are already developing, and the unpredictable nature of the sport, I think we're in for a truly special season, one that will be talked about for years to come.
You know, it's funny, with all this talk about, like, the big teams and their star drivers, we might actually be overlooking some of the underdogs.
Right. The ones who could come out of nowhere, shake things up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, remember that incredible performance from
Oh, yeah.
back in 2023?
Nobody saw that coming.
Came out of nowhere, and suddenly they were a serious contender.
Just goes to show you, anything's possible in this sport.
Anything is possible.
That's why we love it.
And this year, I feel like there are a few teams who could be poised to pull off a similar upset.
Oh, for sure.
Like, what about Alpine?
Yeah, they've been quietly improving.
They have.
And they've got a really solid driver pairing with Ocon and Gasly.
Yeah, that's a strong lineup.
And don't sleep on Williams either.
Oh, interesting.
They've shown some signs of life lately.
Yeah.
And with Albon leading the charge, who knows?
Yeah, he's been consistently outperforming that car.
He has. If they can make some gains on the development side, he could be a real threat.
Okay, so we've got Alpine, Williams, maybe even Haas or Alfa Romeo.
Don't forget AlphaTauri.
Oh, yeah, AlphaTauri too.
They can mix things up.
Yeah, they might not be championship contenders, but they can definitely cause some chaos.
For sure. Every point matters.
Yeah, and it's like this giant game of chess, right?
Yeah.
Every move, every strategy call, every overtaking maneuver, it all has this ripple effect on the whole championship.
It's a chain reaction.
And that's what makes Formula One so unpredictable.
And so addictive.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
And that's the beauty of it.
All right, so we've talked about the drivers, the teams, the rivalries, the mind games.
The tension.
The tension. It's all building up to what should be an absolutely incredible season.
I can't wait.
But before we wrap things up, I want to get your final take.
Okay.
What are you most excited to see unfold as this season gets underway?
Honestly, for me, it's that battle at the front.
Yeah.
Can anyone challenge Verstappen and Red Bull?
Right. Can they keep up this dominant streak?
Will we see a changing of the guard? I'm also really curious to see how Ferrari's new driver pairing handles the pressure.
Right, with LeClerc and Hamilton.
Exactly. And can McLaren build on their success from last year?
So many questions.
And don't forget about those potential surprises.
Oh yeah, the dark horses.
Could a team like Alpine or Williams make a giant leap forward?
Could a young driver like Vesti come out of nowhere and shock everyone?
The possibilities are endless.
This is why we watch Formula One.
Every race is a story waiting to be told.
Absolutely. We have no idea what's going to happen, which drivers will rise to the occasion, which teams will come out on top.
It's a blank canvas.
You're all about to witness a masterpiece unfold.
I love that analogy.
Well, this has been an absolutely fantastic deep dive.
It has.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights, helping us navigate all the complexities of this upcoming season.
My pleasure. Always a good time talking F1.
And to all of our listeners out there, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, let's get this conversation going.
What are your predictions for the 2025 season?
Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Which drivers are you most excited to watch?
Let us know in the comments below.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel
Yes, hit that subscribe button.
for more deep dives, exclusive interviews, and in-depth analysis.
We'll be with you every step of the way as the drama unfolds.
So buckle up, get ready for the ride, and let the games begin.
It's going to be one for the history books.